Hello there and welcome to Inspire at Random. Thank you for supporting this channel, and if you haven't already done so, give me a like and a subscribe if you have been checking out my content previously and you like it. Alright, so in this channel I'm committed to giving content that is very random. Wherever inspiration takes me, I post a video. In today's topic, I'm going to be talking about emotional anchors and how you can make use of them too. Emotional anchors are not something that people only of the autism spectrum can use, but as a matter of fact, everyone can benefit from it. Let me tell you a very funny story, alright? Like last time when I was in grade school, there was this girl that I had a crush on, and she also had massive body odor. She was cute, she was pretty, she was athletic, and she was actually one of the fastest sprinters in school at that time. But because she smelled so bad, that was just the total contradiction. Because I had this crush on her at the time, and one of the emotional anchors that I had was to sniff my armpits. If at that point of time I was this fat kid, right? We had to do our fitness test or a running assignment within a certain time that we had to complete. And when I feel like running out of energy, I was just like, and then they'll kind of give me like a turbo boost. And this emotional anchor actually stuck with me because when I was 11, that's when I made a commitment to start improving the way I look, lose that fat. I was a really fat kid until the beginning of 11 years old, and I shed that weight. By 12, I was doing regular jogs. By 13, I joined the high school track team as a trainee. But even so, I still had this habit, and some people who were close to me knew the backstory behind it, why I would sniff my armpit. So I told them about the story. And then when we were doing our runs, and then when I start doing this, it's like, oh no, he's doing that thing again. He's gonna speed up like crazy on the next 200, 300 meters. Let's watch out for that. I mean, this is actually a really funny example of an emotional anchor. It works. There are many different kinds of emotional anchors. Like for some of you, if you've been watching my other videos, I actually have a cat, Maine Coon cat, very close to this cat. His name is Smelly, and I have this tendency throughout the day, it could be at home or outside, but when I'm faced in a situation where I just kind of like need some reassurance, some kind of grounding, or perhaps some form of endorsement or like some validation, I would actually say, right, Smelly? And at that point of time when I say, right, Smelly, I literally would be thinking of him giving this disinterested face and me like tapping him on the head like so. They would give me a feeling of safety, comfort, assurance. This essentially, I've basically used these two different examples to demonstrate the power of emotional anchors. And for those people who are on the autism spectrum, I actually am, by the way, if you saw some of my videos on this channel, one of the things that we go through in therapy is that we are taught how to set an anchor for ourselves, and this is an anchor that we can revisit. An anchor could be better than doing stimming actions for people on the spectrum, because some people natural stimming action could be a bit disruptive. You may have seen some people on the spectrum who go like banging their head against the fridge or on the door or something like that. My son, by the way, he actually has a tendency to do that. So not so healthy, but when you convert this to like the emotional anchor, cat's face or something like that. You see, even just thinking of that, it brings an image into your head. And that image that comes into your head comes along with that emotion. And with that emotion comes a different reality and experience. So essentially, you're actually able to reframe your current situation into something that is more perceptible, something that is more accessible, something that is more palatable, maybe, right? Anchors have all these benefits, and it's good to arm yourself with one or a few. It could be anchors for different purposes. Like I mentioned about my habit of doing that during runs. It worked back then. Another kind of anchor that I learned is one that I picked up through the Silva method. It's a visualization training course, and this was being taught by Vishen Lakhiani of Mindvalley. He actually has this in your mind and maybe spoken. It could be a repeat the numbers 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1. And this helps also get into a psyche. The more that you do it, it becomes like a habit, and the more you do it, the more you habitualize it, it becomes more available to you, more bioavailable. And finally, I also want to share that emotional anchors can also be used to change and transform your life. This morning, I learned about an exercise by Bob Proctor, and it was a scripting exercise. How this scripting exercise worked differently from other ones was that he would say, pick one aspect of your life that you like to improve and write about it in detail. Right, just literally write it out on a notebook or something. All right, write about the experience, and on one side describe you describe the current situation. On the other side, you write the polar opposite of that. So this is actually my example. So I have like, on one side is the actual situation, on the other side is the polar opposite. And with the polar opposite, reading that, you get into a reality, because all change happens from within. Without what we have on the inside, we will not be able to attract or receive what's on the outside. So even if what on the outside is already there for us, we will not be able to receive it unless we are the perfect vessel for it. This exercise, I kind of hybrid it along with a training by Regan Hiller. We add on to an hourly manifestation alarm on an every hour basis, just to get it drilled into the system. Why drilling into the system? Because we want to create it as an anchor. You can only anchor something if it's done with repetition. Setting an hourly alarm, I will actually, this passage that I did through the reverse scripting, right? I will have that in my head and then feel it, double and triple the emotion, mentally augment the image, change the brightness of the image, the vividness, and basically taking deep breaths along as we go and making this feel more and more real. And doing this on an hourly basis, how this actually helps to change one's reality. For me, I started to ask myself, if I had spent the last hour productively, I would start to think that I've actually done several things through auto suggestion to serve towards my goal. But if I have not, it actually starts to think, what other ways can I push myself to be more in line with this image? Because if you're in line with a certain frequency, you will do things of that frequency and not something that is beneath. I hope this exercise makes sense and is able to help you. Let me know how this video of mine has been able to help you in your use of emotional anchors, and do share with me what anchor you used in the video comments down below. I'd love to hear about your sharings and what you used it for. And if you have already used emotional anchors in the past, let me know what kind of emotional anchors they are. If there are requests for a follow-up topic on this matter, comment beneath this video as well. Once again, subscribe to my channel, give me a like, and hit that bell notifications button to be notified when my next video is out. At the same time, do also check the video description down below. I have some resources that might help you on your journey for greater manifestation success.